welcome back to the Illuminations Media Network. I'm Tamara, your host. And today we are in for the second installment of the Unbound podcast, Reclaiming the Black Mind. In our first and our last episode, we explored the African and Arabian roots of the Hebrew Bible. This was a journey back to the soil where sacred memory was first recorded. We followed the footsteps of our ancestors across deserts, rivers, and oral traditions. We reclaimed truths that were long buried under foreign interpretations. But what happens when those sacred truths are forgotten? Not just historically, but personally. Now, this is going to lead us to the next part of our journey, the terrain of the mind. Because colonization didn't just take land. It didn't just take resources or names or identities. It took languages, cosmologies, sacred science, mental blueprints, and it weaponized them. Systems of control from the plantation to the pulpit. These systems have shaped how we think, how we see ourselves and each other, and also what we believe is possible for us. So today, we step into the hidden architecture of the mind. Those inner temples, the locked doors, the wiring that connects memory, belief, identity, and power. If history is our foundation, then the mind is the structure we've built on top of it. And it's time to renovate, don't you think? Welcome to episode 2 of Unbound, the architecture of the mind. And so, when a child is born, they don't know who they are. They learn who they are by watching faces, by listening to voices, and picking up on vibration and frequency. What happens when the world that they're born into is already shaped by trauma and control? So let's look at the 3 parts of the mind. There's the conscious mind. This is about logic, decision making, and it's only 5% of the mind. Next, we have the subconscious mind. This is the emotional memory. It's the habits, it's the beliefs. And then next, we have the unconscious mind. This is the deep storage. This is where instincts lie, inherited trauma. All of this is buried deep. And this right here is a larger part of the mind. The subconscious operates very differently from the conscious mind. The subconscious doesn't choose. It accepts and it executes. And so, how are beliefs formed? Well, first, they go into the conscious mind through experience, through the 5 senses, right? But then the beliefs about what we have obtained through the 5 senses and experience go deeper through repetition and through emotion. Now, childhood, especially from the moment of conception through age 7, is a download phase. This is when a child is living in hypnosis. Their brain waves are in the theta stage, which is hypnosis. where they're just absorbing information just like a sponge. Now, if a message is heard often enough, it becomes the truth over time. And so, why do I use hypnosis and meditation work? There are a lot of connotations that go along with that word hypnosis. Hypnosis is only a state of consciousness where we are more receptive to change. It's a more creative and open space, that alpha and theta range, similar to where children hang out. And that's why children can learn so many things in such a short period of time. Well, hypnosis takes us back to that more receptive state. And no, it's not magic. What it's like is deep focus. And then I offer hypnotic suggestions to drop into the mind. And these suggestions are all about what you want to change in your life, what the person wants to do instead of what they may be doing now, what beliefs they want to embody, what potential they want to achieve. And during this process, we bypass the critical layer of mind. And it helps us to speak directly to that creative, receptive subconscious mind. The critical layer is an aspect of the subconscious mind, but it's a layer that's right between the conscious and the subconscious. It acts as a filter, if you will, which, by the way, children do not have. The filter is developed after about 8 years of age. As an adult, you have developed a very thick filter, and this is why it's hard to make changes even though we want to. However, with the proper use of hypnosis, we can get beyond the critical layer of mind, and this allows us to choose new beliefs, new emotional patterns, make different choices, and thus have different experiences. And when we begin to make better choices and have different, more empowering experiences, we elevate our vibrational frequency so that it is in alignment with that which we want to be doing, living, being, and experiencing. We begin to attract everything that we need to reach our full potential. And you might ask, well, how does that work? It's all about energy, frequency, and vibration. When we are vibrating in alignment with our goals and our desires, we attract them into our experience. Same thing with people. It's been said that we don't get what we want. We just get more of what and who we are. The first step to reclaiming your mind is realizing that it was programmed. The second is realizing that you get to reprogram it. Here are some journaling prompts for you, just to deepen this work. And I want you to ask yourself, maybe you want to pause this right now so that you can get some paper and a pen and pull out your journal. But ask yourself, what do I believe about who I am? And where did these beliefs come from? And the next question is, What does freedom of thought feel like in my body? All right. Now let's get ready for a short guided meditation. A practice that if you do it often enough, you will see changes in your life beyond what you ever imagined. Freedom. So first of all, make sure that you are in a safe place, that you're not driving, that you're not operating heavy material or heavy machinery or anything dangerous. That you're in a quiet and safe place where you won't be disturbed and you can just close your eyes for a moment. Perhaps you're sitting, or maybe you're standing, or maybe you're lying down. Just make sure that your spine is straight, but not rigid and stiff, just relaxed. And take a slow, deep, and gentle breath into your belly. And affirm, my mind is mine. See an old, dusty book labeled, My Beliefs. Open it up. And notice what's written. Take a moment to thumb through the pages. And choose which pages to keep and which to burn. Take your time with this. And notice a blazing fire. Walk over to it and burn those pages one by one. Release them into the smoke. Feel the freedom as it increases with each page that you burn. And when you're complete, take a deep breath. Allow a smile to form on your lips and your heart. And exhale as you feel the freedom, the release. Good. Listen to this and repeat that meditation as often as you need to. Because there are a lot of beliefs to let go of. In the next episode, we're going to explore what I call the plantation mind. How survival programming passed down from our ancestors still echoes in how we think, relate, and respond. But guess what? You're not bound by it. You get to break the cycle and become unbound. Until next time, remember, your mind is sacred ground. Cultivate it well. Treat it like holy soil. And plant only your highest vision for your life. Peace, blessings, and joy.